Every time a follower that wants to remain anonymous sent me the story all the way from the Philippines, and we're gonna call it My Sister's Things. For the sake of the story, we're gonna call her Nancy. Nancy says that when she was about 16 years old, her older sister got a house that was big enough to have Nancy move in with her, and she was so excited because the house was so big that she was finally gonna have her own room. Nancy picked the room that had 3 big windows, and she was so excited. Again, all of this space, she did not know what to do. But since her sister was still trying to get her house situated, they shared the room for a little bit. Nancy says that her sister actually does not have a good past with the paranormal, and she was actually possessed in college. Nancy also says that they had to get a priest that they call, who helped them claim her soul back. She says that her soul was claimed or taken by what they call, and she claims it to be a spirit with a human body and a horse head. She doesn't really remember what happened, but her sister ended up leaving that house to go live with her boyfriend, and she left her things inside of Nancy's room. Nancy does want us to know that her sister was a vintage collector, so she had a whole bunch of stuff. One night, she's asleep, she's facing the wall, and she wakes up and she realizes that she cannot move. As she's there lying in fear, freaking out, she hears knuckles like cracking. I don't pop my fingers, but like popping, like her knuckles popping right on her ear, like right behind her ear. Nancy cannot move for about 15 minutes. She says that this goes on, and 15 minutes felt like forever. She ends up not telling her mom anything because she says that her mom is a huge believer in all of the things paranormal, and she was probably going to force someone to stay in the room with her, but she was too excited to finally have a room to herself. Some time passes, she is just relaxing in her room, and she hears something like walking on her roof. And she says these footsteps were heavy, like there was someone up there walking. One night, it's about 7 p.m., and she says in the Philippines at 7 p.m. it is super dark. Nancy says that her and her younger sister are just in her room relaxing, and they start seeing hands on her window, like crawling up against to go on the roof. So they're startled, they're looking at the window like, and then they see that moisture from like when you're breathing on the window, and they see a face with like this ugly, evil grin. At that moment, she tells her mom like, hey, this is what's been going on. I'm freaking out. What do I do? Her mom thinks that there's something either attached to her sister's things or something attached to one of the vintage items. Nancy does say that her sister was never the same after the possession, and she was constantly doing very weird things, talking to herself. She also said that she hated spiritual items like incense and stuff like that. And she also caught her talking to someone facing the wall. There was literally nobody there. Her mom ended up throwing all of her sister's things away, all of the vintage things, and she says that everything stopped. What do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed this spooky story time. If y'all have any other stories that you'd like for me to read, go ahead and send them via DM or email, and I'd love to read them. And I'll see you guys in the next spooky story. Bye!
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
They'll drain your peace and drag you down. Spooky season, and where the bombs. They move like spirits, here they come. Don't be the girl who feeds a clown. He'll drain your peace and drag you down. Crusty pipe your no free stay, no red flag. Protect your space, protect your crown. It's spooky season, shut them down.
Just saw somebody share their scary spooky stories, and I now want to share mine. So I'm gonna make this quick. It might be long, but stay tuned. Okay. So this was 2007, 2008 in Lahaina. I was living in Kahana specifically, which is like a deeper in Lahaina on the west side. I am with my sister. We lived in an insanely big house that we had no business living in because we were on welfare. It was a really, really big house, and it was really spooky already because it was just so empty with empty rooms. We lived on Lower Honopililani Road, and we lived across from Kahana Sands. So there's this little road that goes up, and there's like, 3-4 houses on there at the time, and ours was one of those 4 houses. No one really goes up in there. It's kind of private. Anyway, this was after dinner. I just finished eating dinner with my sister. We were home alone. I was the ripe old age of 12. Where was my dad? I don't know. But it's 8 o'clock-ish at night. My sister's sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm putting the dishes away. Okay. All of a sudden, flash, like a huge flash, not just like from a camera. I stopped what I'm doing. I told my sister, I'm like, why are you taking pictures of me? She's like, she turns around, she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I just saw the flash. You just took a picture of me. She's like, no, I didn't. 2007, 2008. None of us had a phone. Okay, we were young. We never had a phone. Where did that come from? Then it happens again. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And me and my sister are looking at each other, and I'm like, holy shit, someone's like watching us right now. Like I said before, we was living on a street, okay, like a private street. Nobody was walking up and down it. Like, we're not used to seeing people outside. So it was like, why would someone be taking photos of us? No one ever is up here. Right. I'm so scared. I'm about to pick up the house phone to call 911. And right when I was about to do that, the lights shut all off, except for the TV, because my sister's watching TV. The lights are off. Okay, me and my sister are looking at each other like, what is going on? And of course, in my mind, I'm like, we are getting robbed at this moment. I was like, I knew something was off, but I was like, it didn't occur in my mind that it would be like a spooky thing. I just was like, shit, I'm about to get robbed. I had to, like, there was a machete. I was gonna go grab the machete. And all of a sudden, I kid you not, a fucking orb comes through the TV, and not like a small little orb like you see in pictures or paranormal files, like huge orb, like the size of a human being. I forgot to mention that the orb is like neon green, like an orb comes through the fucking TV, and the TV is screeching like screeching, and me and my sister are freaking out. In a split second, this orb fucking shots through the TV. Me and my sister run upstairs, okay, and we are like so scared out of our minds. In my head, I'm still thinking that we are getting robbed, and I can't get the house phone because it's connected to the wall. So me and my sister are now in our bathroom, which is connecting our two rooms together. Okay, so my back was against my bathroom door to my bedroom, and her back was against her bedroom door bathroom. And we're just standing there thinking like someone was gonna come in. We locked it. We did everything thinking that we were gonna get robbed. But then we sat in the bathroom and we kind of reflected on what just freaking happened. I'm 12. My sister's like 7, 8. Okay, we are children. And my sister was like, did you think that was a ghost? It didn't occur to me till that moment. I was like, oh shit, was that a ghost? And I'm thinking about it now. We're sitting in the tub. The screeching noise lasted like a little bit longer, like when we got into the bedroom. Like, so I was like, oh, the TV's broken or something. I was trying to make it logical, but my sister was like, I swear to God, that was a ghost. And she was sitting on the couch, so she saw it firsthand. And so me and my sister sat in that bathroom till my dad came home. We don't even know what time he came home, because I'm pretty sure we fell asleep in the tub. Yeah, until this day, we still talk about that freaking scary, spooky time, because we still can't figure out what the hell that was. Like, flash, screech, giant orb. Anyways, if you live in Lahaina or Kahana and you know the exact place that I'm telling you right now, if anyone can tell me if it's like a graveyard or like if our house is in some direct, like, I digress. Anyways, that's my scary spooky story.
That was bizarre.
You guys have a story similar, or if someone can...
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny and welcome back to another episode of Spooky Story Time. So the first young lady who told her story about, you know, in the house when she saw the flashing and the orbs and everything. I remember a friend of mine was telling a story like this, and it was something true that happened to him down south, somewhere in like Broward County. He was living in his house and there was this huge flash. He was at home by himself. Well, his brother was with him, his little brother as well. He saw this huge flash, but it wasn't inside the house. It was outside of the house, as if like a car was about to crash into their house. It was this huge flash that actually lit up the whole house, but the flash was from outside of the house, which is very, very crazy. And he even thought it was some sort of paranormal activity things going on. And when I hear the story of this other lady who we just watched talking about the whole flash thing, I'm starting to think maybe his story was true, because at first I was like, maybe it was just a car, you know? Maybe it was just a car with really high beat.
If you're not into really creepy stories about the paranormal, literally just scroll past this video. But if you are, I have a truly scary paranormal story for you. So this happened to me 2 years ago when I went on a birthday trip to Las Vegas. And basically, I really wanted to see this place called the Mob Museum. I was literally fascinated. I was like, I have to see it. And I'm really into forensics, and the organized crime stuff sounded interesting, so I wanted to go. So I go to the Mob Museum. It is 3 floors. I start at the first floor, I look all around, I go to the second floor, I look all around, and before I get to the third floor, I realize it is 10 minutes until closing, and my mom's like, hey, just meet me downstairs, you go ahead. So I continue up these stairs to the third floor, and when I get up there, I'm the only one there. There's no one up there, which was fine with me. I'm actually thinking at the time, this is awesome, like no one's in my way, I can just make my little round and head out. So when I get up there, I look kind of to the left, and there's a room where there's like a purple, real groovy looking couch, real groovy looking living room setup, and I'm thinking, oh, that looks cool, so I walk in there. Immediately when I walk in there, I just don't feel right. I don't know how to explain it. I don't feel great. Like, I just feel off. It felt like I just suddenly was like, came over with like just this creeped out feeling for some reason, and I didn't know why, because I was just admiring this like real unique looking living room setup they had going on up there. That was until I look over to the right and I noticed that there is a whole wall with a display of very graphic crime scene photos, and that wasn't the problem, okay? Like, I've seen crime scene photos, I've taken classes in forensics and stuff, but these pictures, I've never seen pictures like that displayed like that on a wall, framed with plaques underneath. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I started thinking that was why I felt off initially when I walked in the room. I was like, I don't know. I felt like the way that those people were being displayed was just like not respectful to the deceased. So my intuition was telling me, don't participate in this madness. Like, literally, let's just go. Let's just leave. So despite what my intuition was probably telling me, I'm literally thinking, I don't know, I kept gaslighting myself. I was like, maybe it's because the pictures, and I basically swallow the lump in my throat, and I'm like, no, I'm going into forensics. I have to be able to handle this. So I go up to the wall to look at all these pictures and the like stories of these people. I only looked at a couple that were on the very right side. I read like a couple of them. And then one of the other pictures from like over here somewhere caught my eye because it looked so old. It was like so saturated and so black and white that I was like, this looks like maybe the oldest picture on this wall. So I look at that picture. It's a real graphic crime scene of a man. I cannot say anything else about it on this app. So I go up to this picture, I'm looking at it, and at some point I go to read the plaque. So I move my eyes down from the photo, and as soon as I'm not even joking, as soon as I start reading this guy's name, dude, bro, as I'm reading his name, feel an energy rise behind me. Like, it felt like a tall person was like standing behind me or something, and I don't know how to explain why I felt like this specifically, but it felt like something was like hovering over me. Like, I don't know how to explain. I mean, it was just horrifying. It felt like something was like looking down at me, and I immediately feel like frozen. Like, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up. I have chills up and down my spine. I am not good. And I start booking it out of that room, and I'm surprised I didn't literally full sprint jump down those freaking stairs, but something kept telling me like, don't run or I'm gonna give off like more fear, more energy of fear. I was fully doused in fear. It probably would have made no difference, but I get down to the first floor. So I finally get down on the first floor, and I have to go down this entire corridor, like this entire hallway, and it's kind of a short hallway, and then you have to turn right to get to the exit and entrance of the museum. But when I tell you this felt like the longest hallway in the world, I'm telling you it felt like the longest hallway in the world. So I start speed walking down the hallway, and suddenly this energy that felt like was following me felt like it was literally standing in mine. It felt like something was standing in my energy. Like, I came over with somehow even more fear than I was already feeling, and start full on sprinting, about nearly falling over, like flying down these hallways. I'm literally just like flying towards the exit. And I get up to my mom, and she's like, oh my God, are you okay? I was literally like, thank God that's over. And then I get home, and some weird happened at my house. Some weird stuff happened at my house. And mind you, I've had paranormal experiences before. I have had things whisper in my ear. I have had weird experiences, but nothing made me scared like this. Nothing in my life. And I've been through cancer and like a lot of other things, and this truly is the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. But if you want a part 2,
this next story was sent in by somebody who would like to remain anonymous. So shout out to Anonymous for sending in your story. And this is their experience. I used to live in a 1-bedroom apartment in Cicero with my mom, sister, and myself. My sister had moved out and my mom had met her boyfriend right across the hall, whom is now her husband. She would sleep at his apartment and it was right across from us, only 3 feet away. So it kind of felt like I had my own apartment at 13. I was obsessed with scary movies, and the one night I decided to watch a scary movie, it was The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Not gonna lie to y'all, I watched this movie growing up and it fucked me up for months. Like, peeking out of the curtain while showering type shit. I was so obsessed with it that I would recite the demons' names. What I thought was harmless would transform into me almost getting possessed. My mom had gotten in a fight with her boyfriend, so she slept back in the apartment for a week with me. And one day, out of curiosity, I asked her if God was real. She was so upset by my question that she just yelled at me and grounded me. A day later, my mom had yelled at me as soon as I woke up to get ready for school. I was so confused because I didn't know or remember what she was talking about. She said that at 3 in the morning I was on my knees in the dark playing patty cake with a girl named Melissa. Right next to her bed on the floor. She had yelled at me to go back to bed, and she said I did it with no hesitation. The second day comes, and my mom was cooking in the kitchen. She said I was wide awake, telling her that the man was here and told me to tell you that he would be back. My mom was so upset that she kept repeating, "What man?" And my only response was the same thing. My mom looked at me and noticed I had a blank stare and did not blink. She asked me if I was sleeping, and she said I did respond and said yes. She walked me back to bed and laid me down, and I fell asleep right away. The third day, I had woken up to get ready for school, and I noticed a rosary around my neck. I had asked my mother, when did she put this on me? She said, I put it on you because you were scaring me, and I said, how? She said when we were sleeping, I was laying next to her with my eyes wide open, not blinking or talking. My mom then began to say that she would speak to me and not a word would come out of my mouth, that I just kept looking at her. Oh, fuck no. She said she put the rosary over me and started praying, and as soon as she was done with the prayer, I closed my eyes. My mom does not like talking about it because it still scares her, and now I am 27 and only heard her talking about it 3 times my whole life. I mean, I don't blame her. It's fucking terrifying. Personally, I probably would have decked you right in the chin. Sorry.
Excuse me, what? What do you mean you're repeating the demon's word, the demon's name out loud? Have we not seen in movies that, you know, demons are real, first of all, right? And then in movies, when they're doing some sort of demon possession, they have to say the name of the demon out loud to basically get its attention. And I don't know why people don't think that the movies are real, and a lot of the time they have real spells. I've never actually seen The Exorcist of Anna, whatever her name was, but I know that it was very scary. I have heard people who talked about it when they seen it, that it was very scary. And I listened to the story of it, not the actual, I never saw the movie, but I listened to the story of, you know, true crime, story time on YouTube. And what I heard sounded very real, and I want absolutely nothing to do with it. For you to be saying it out loud, and then you are with your eyes wide open while you're sleeping. But then when I've seen people sleeping with their eyes wide open. My sister used to sleep with both her eyes open, sleeping. So dolls are supposed to be super cute and innocent, but some dolls are not as cute and or innocent as they pretend to be. Let's get right into this Reddit Let's Not Meet story time that I came across. It is called My Grandmother's Doll. When I was 6 years old, my grandmother gave me a doll for my birthday. It wasn't just a doll, it was old. The kind of old that make you wonder how many hands it's passed through. It came in a small wooden box lined with red velvet. My grandmother said that it had belonged to a little girl from her church who passed away decades ago. She smiled as she said, she always wanted another little girl to love her doll. Now she has you. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. To a 6-year-old, a gift is a gift. The doll had pale porcelain skin, glossy blue eyes, and dark brown curls. Its dress was old-fashioned, trimmed with lace. It even had tiny shoes made of real leather. I named her Aurora. From the day Aurora entered our home, something changed. At first, it was little things. My toys would be rearranged. My parents thought I did it. My mom would wake up one night and find Aurora sitting somewhere different, on the kitchen table, on the stairs, once even in my parents' bedrooms. My dad blamed me, but I was terrified. I'd tell them I didn't move her. She moved at nighttime. They'd just laugh and said, "You've been watching too many scary shows." Then came this scratching. It started in my bedroom walls, slow dragging scratches that moved behind my headboard. One night I swore I heard whispering, so I ran to my parents' bedroom crying. My mom said it was the wind, but all windows were sealed. As the weeks passed, my mom began having nightmares. She said that she kept dreaming about a little girl standing at the foot of her bed holding Aurora. The little girl would whisper, "She's mine, she's mine, she's mine." My dad started sleeping downstairs after he woke up one night with what looks like long scratch marks down his chest. He says that he felt something crawling across him, cold and heavy, but when he turned the light on, there was nothing there except for Aurora sitting upright on the dresser staring at him. Our dog Max, stopped going near my room. He'd growl and whimp at the door. One night, he ran into my bedroom barking and then screamed, a sound I didn't even know dogs could make. We found him under my bed, trembling so hard he couldn't walk for hours. After that, he refused to sleep inside the house altogether. One night, I woke up to a sound of giggling, soft, distant, but still inside my room. I turned my head and there she was, Aurora, sitting upright on my chest. Her porcelain lips were smiling. I screamed so loud that my father ran in half-dressed, grabbed the doll, and threw it against the wall. It didn't even break. It simply rolled over and stopped by the closet. The same night, our smoke alarm went off, but there was no fire. The house filled with the smell of burning wood and old perfume. When the fire department arrived, they found nothing, but every photo we had of our family, every single one, had been slashed down the middle, right between my mother and I. My parents never said a word after that night. A few days later, we had a yard sale. They sold furniture, books, and a few of my toys. And right there, among the old things on the table, was Aurora. A woman with a little girl bought her for $5. My mom didn't even look at them when they left. She just said, "She's not our problem anymore." That night, our first time in months, our house was silent. No whispers, no scratches, no flickering of lights. It was over, or so we thought. I'm 27 now. I don't live in that house anymore, and my parents have since moved out of state. But 2 weeks ago, I received a strange message from Facebook. It was from someone I didn't know. They sent a photo. It was Aurora sitting on a fireplace mantle next to a Christmas stocking. The message says, "Hi, I think this doll used to be yours. Do you know anything about it? Strange things have been happening since I bought it a few years ago at a yard sale." I blocked the contact immediately. But last night, when I came home, there was a small wooden box sitting on my doorsteps. No return labels, no note, just a faint smell of old perfume and a single curl of dark brown hair pressed inside. If you ever find a porcelain doll at a yard sale, no matter how beautiful it looks, don't bring it home. Don't even touch it. Some things don't want to be loved, and some things remember who owned them, and Aurora never forgets. Talk to y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Hey guys, I'm Jenny and this is Shameless Plug. So I want to tell you guys about my Crown of Success manifestation book with easy, simple rituals and spells to manifest a life of abundance in your life. And those spells are so easy, even a child can do it. So this book is filled with different spells that I've learned over the years from my family, passed down from grandma and everything. And also those are spells that I've actually tried and I know that they work. So this book not only teach you step by step on the things that you can do that are so easy that a child can do it, but it tells you like the proper moon phase to use, alchemy, manifesting with numbers, numerology, and also the days of the week that best fit for this particular spell. So it tells you the timing of when to practice the spell, the days of the week, the moon phase. It show you all the colors of the candles that you should be using and different planets. So for example, it show you like planet Jupiter is for Thursdays and the hours of the days that you should be doing the spell. So this is an easy road opener spell. So I know a lot of people like to do like different spell work, but if your roads are blocked, of course your spells are not going to work. So it's good to unblock yourself first and then start using the spell, especially with the new years and the new days to come. And also I have some amazing spells in here. This is a powerful quick money spell. So if you're in a bind for some money and you're just trying to get some money, and I even have some easy powerful spell to win game of chance. So if you are a gambler, now I don't promote gambling, but if you are a gambler and you're just trying to make some money and trying to make sure you win, these spells will definitely help you. It tells you the best days to do it. So it says the best days to perform this spell is on a Thursday, Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, luck, and expansion. Jupiter is the best day to perform spells that boost luck and increase your chance of success in any game of chance or any money spell, period. It has a list of so many spells that you can incorporate in your life with this new year to bring prosperity. And I even put some bonus spells on here, which for Saturday is a day to do like protection work. So I have a spell for like send back to senders. So I put some bonus spells on here, and then a protection with Archangel Michael. So there's so many spells on here. Removing the evil eye spell, so you can remove evil eye in your money and also in your everyday life. New Year home blessing spell, and I know it's been a few days since the new year started, but you can always do a home blessing spell any days of the week. As long as you need it, you could do it. So anyways, guys, this is my book. It's called Crown of Success by Jenny, and it's available on Amazon, the ebook and also the physical copy. So please grab a copy if you're interested in supporting this channel. This is a way to support the channel and to support me as well for putting out, content every day for you guys. So enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and I hope you go and grab your copy, whether it's the ebook or the physical copy. I say have a physical copy, but it's really up to how much, your wallet and what you can afford. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah. This is a shameless plug, so just check out my channel, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.